And this is October 11th, 2016. Wow, aren't things a little crazy out in the world right now? So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna do a lot of light work because the earth really, really needs it. I'm gonna do the curse removal, energy balancing. In the last hour, it's gonna be all light work. So if you got friends and people that you know that really like to do some group energy work, give them a call and invite them in for that last hour and, let's just kick ass, okay? Well, what do you think of the election? And this is what I'm going to have to say about the election, and I'm not going to bring it up again. And I really call it, what an election farce. The powers that be aren't even giving us the illusion of having anyone good to vote for. And when people tell me, well, you got to choose the lesser of two evils, that's not a good answer. I'm sorry, that doesn't work for me to choose the lesser of two evils. If you're going to vote for anybody out there, give the Green Party Jill Stein out of everybody. I mean, she looks the best. But, again, I truly will not participate in this farce of an election. I will not vote. Oh my God. Yeah, no, really, I will not vote nor give it any of my time. And if you really think your vote counts, then you have bought into the system and all the lies. And the first step in solving the problem is to stop actively encouraging it. Now, many Americans have intuitively recognized that government is the problem and have stopped voting. And there are at least 5 reasons many people don't vote. Voting in a political election is unethical. The political process is one of institutionalized coercion and force. And if you disapprove of those things, then you shouldn't participate in them, even indirectly. Do you ever think that voting compromises your privacy? You get your name in another government computer database. And voting, as well as registering, entails hanging around government offices and dealing with petty bureaucrats. Most people can find something more enjoyable or productive to do with their time. Well, voting does encourage politicians. A vote against one candidate, a major and quite understandable reason why people vote, is always interpreted as a vote for his opponent. And even though you may be voting for the lesser of two evils, the lesser of two evils is still evil. It amounts to giving the candidate a tactic, mandate to impose his will on society. And oh my God, people, you really think your vote counts? Your vote doesn't count. Politicians like to say it counts because it's to their advantage to get everyone into a busybody mode. But statistically, one vote in scores of millions makes no more difference than a single grain of sand on a beach. That's entirely apart from the fact that officials manifestly do what they want, not what you want, once they're in an office. And really, if you think your vote counts, and let's just go back to the Bush-Gore election, where Gore won the popular vote, and then he stepped down and conceded to Bush. Now, what does that do with all those people that voted for Gore? He literally said, screw you. Okay? I mean, tell me. Oh my God. And that's true. The Electoral College. I mean, this cracks me up. When we go invade a country, and we want them to vote because we think that we're really cool, do we ever say, oh my God, please, please don't forget the Electoral College? You got to have that in your voting or it just won't work, right? I mean, honest to God. I mean, how stupid are we? Well, I won't go there. Okay, so you got it? You think your vote counts? Let me laugh. Now, some of these thoughts may impress you as vaguely unpatriotic, and that is certainly not my intention, but unfortunately, America isn't the place it once was either. The United States has evolved from the land of the free and the home of the brave to something more closely resembling the land of entitlements and the home of whining lawsuit filers. The founding ideas of the country, which were highly libertarian, have been thoroughly distorted. What passes for tradition today is something against which the founding fathers would have led a second revolution. This sorry, scary state of affairs is one reason some people emphasize the importance of joining the process, working within the system, and making your voice heard to ensure that the bad guys don't get in. They seem to think that increasing the number of voters will improve the quality of their choices. Yeah, unless, your opponent rigs the voting machines. And, where does that leave you, right? And they've already proven the voting machines have been rigged. I mean, where's Bernie Sanders? He should be up there instead of Hillary. And everybody goes, oh my God, it was wrong. Oh my God, see what happened? He was truly screwed. But does anybody do anything? No, probably because the Hillary clamp or someone of the Democrats probably told Bernie that if he wants to stay alive, he's got to back down. Kind of sounds like Bush Gore thing. Anyway, this argument compels many sincere people, which seem to think that increasing the number of voters will improve the quality of their choices, who otherwise wouldn't dream of coercing their neighbors to take part in the political process. But it only feeds power to people in politics and government, validating their existence and making them more powerful in the process. Of course, everybody involved gets something out of it, psychologically, if not monetarily. Politics gives people a sense of belonging to something bigger than themselves, and so has special appeal for those who cannot find satisfaction within themselves. We cluck in amazement at the enthusiasm shown at Hitler's giant rallies, but figure what goes on here today is different? Well, it's never quite the same, but the mindless sloganeering, the cult of the personality, and a certainty of the masses that their candidate will kiss their personal lives and make them better are identical. And even if the favored candidate doesn't help them, then at least he'll keep others from getting too much. Politics is the institutionalization of envy, a vice which proclaims, you've got something I want, and if I can't get one, I'll take yours. And if I can't have yours, I'll destroy it so you can't have it either. Participating in politics is an act of ethical bankruptcy. The key to getting rubies, voters, to vote, and marks, the contributors, to give is to talk in generalities while sounding specific and looking sincere and thoughtful, yet decisive. Vapid, venal party hacks can be shaped like silly putty into sellable candidates. People like to kid themselves that they're voting for either the man or the ideas, but few ideas are more than slogans artfully packaged to push the right buttons. Voting for the man doesn't help much either, since the guys are more diligently programmed, posed, and rehearsed than any actor. This is probably more true today than it's ever been, since elections are now won on television, and television is not a forum for expressing complex ideas and philosophies. It lends itself to slogans and glib people who look and talk like game show hosts. People with really new ideas wouldn't dream of introducing them to politics because they know ideas can't be explained in 60 seconds. Now, I'm not intimidating, incidentally, that people disinvolve themselves from their communities, social groups, or other voluntary organizations. Just the opposite, since those relationships are the lifeblood of society. But the political process or government is not synonymous with society or even complementary to it. Government is a dead hand on society. And that's what I think about the election. Although I have to say, oh my God, you just don't want to miss Saturday Night Live or Samantha Bee. I mean, those guys are hilarious. And this presidential election is giving them so much material to work with, you know? But that is really sad. Do I have an answer to it other than pray that the Republicans remove and the Democrats remove these people and put in somebody that they're going to give us the illusion that we might get something done? And, you know, talking about illusions and actually getting something done, should we talk about what's going on at the Dakota pipeline? Now, you do remember, those of you that are kind of keeping up on this, that Obama said that he was going to stop the pipeline, right? For 2 weeks. Federal judges said they were going to stop the pipeline for 2 weeks. And they did not, because it still went on. And if you know, you really need to go. I love Facebook and places on the web and YouTube, because you actually can see in real time what's happening and how much lies the government is doing because they want this pipeline up so bad. So this is the official statement from the Red Warrior Camp, and it's dated October 10th, 2016. Of course, on Columbus Day. Did you know it was Columbus Day yesterday? Oh my God. I mean, I forgot all about it because then I never pay attention to it anyway, because to me, he's not really a hero. And someone had to tell me it was a holiday, which means, of course, the banks aren't open and you're not going to get mail. But other than that, who in the heck cared about Columbus Day other than to bring attention to the genocide the Europeans did against the Indians? So this is from the Red Warrior Camp, and on Columbus Day of Action, Eagle and Condor unite against the pipeline. At 6:30 a.m., a sunrise prayer ceremony honoring the prophecy of the eagle and the condor uniting was attended by the people at the Standing Rock encampment. The purpose of this prayer circle was to strengthen the will and hearts of all Native peoples gathered at the front line to pray for Minnewanka sacred water. A people's united will never be defeated. We will kill this black snake. After the ceremony, the camp mobilized of well over 100 vehicles departed from the encampment to Dakota Access Pipeline Worksite 118. Upon arrival, the people began a powerful ceremony. The Morton County Sheriff's Department insists that today's action was not a protest but a riot. To a point, we agree, this was not a protest. This was a ceremony in defense of sacred water. The gathering of nations from coast to coast to coast, the north to the south, remained calm and orderly until dozens of riot police arrived intending to harm and arrest all present. The riot police were armed and dangerous, yet we managed to defuse them, even though they were aggressively asserting they would and did arrest anyone and everyone who held the line. No one was rioting in any manner, and everyone remained to hold them off for 4 hours. The 27 arrested water protectors are being charged with engaging in a riot, criminal trespass, and reckless endangerment. The footage and live streams from the work site today show the truth and reality of what happened. The governor of North Dakota is a shareholder of the pipeline. He is heavily invested in getting this pipeline built. The CEO, the shareholders, and investors in Dakota Access Pipeline need to know stocks are plummeting and your monetary investment will be money lost. POTUS, Barack Obama has done nothing to uphold or honor the Fort Laramie Treaty of 1868. Instead, jurisdiction of treaty lands is handed over to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. This is in direct violation of international law. We, the people of Oseti-Sakowin, are holding our line firm in our conviction that we not allow the pipeline to poison water that not only we rely on, but 17 million people downstream rely on as well. The state is using excessive force normally used in wars overseas on unarmed indigenous people to protect DAPL. This is tantamount to an act of war on the indigenous people comparable to Palestine. The government is waging on Native people, and we call on all who can to come here and stand with the Red Warrior Camp in North Dakota. Yeah, for all you people that don't have the White House phone number, let me give it to you. And please be a big bitch for the earth, all right? Now that number, I'm going to give you a couple, is 202-456-1111. That's 202-456-1111 and 202-456-6213. They also have a switchboard you can call, and I'm sure you can get your Congress and Senator through the switchboard. And, you might want to complain a little bit about this. That number is 202-456-1414. Let's do a little bit of energy work for the protectors. So I want you to sit down, put your feet flat on the floor, and I want you to feel yourself reconnect to the Creator and feel all that energy just come pouring into your body. And just start taking some gentle deep breaths, and the more you breathe, the more light you pull in. And feel that energy flow all the way down your arms, out your hands. And we're going to form a bubble of light, and we're going to put in all the protectors all over the world, especially in Dakota and Hawaii, because we are also making stands here in this bubble. And we're going to put this huge, 10-ton crystal underneath it to amplify our work. So in this bubble, see all the protectors? And we're going to send energy out to all the defenders and protectors of the land. May they be protected and send all that they need to win. Food, water, clothes, ideas, brilliant free lawyers, famous people. May their ranks swell as more people become aware of their protests. Let all the sheriffs, police, and military be reconnected to the Creator so they act in right action with kindness and consideration toward all protectors. See the government corporations backing down and the activists winning. We call to Obama's higher self to get him to speak truth and to back up his words with positive action that will defend the protectors of the land, all the indigenous, and put a stop to the pipeline. And as we put Obama in this bubble, we're going to cut the ties between him and all those special interests. And we're going to ask his higher self to reconnect to the Creator and to stand firm and to stop the pipeline. All right, take a deep breath and release it. So now we're going to form another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put in all the equipment that the pipeline is using to hurt and harm the land. And if there's anything that's being misused to hurt or harm the land, we're going to call to Michael the Archangel to come forth and cut the ties between whoever created it and is asking for them to be misused and these elementals that make up the bulldozers, tractors, any equipment, trucks, whatever they're using, anything electrical, we're putting in this bubbled light, we're cutting the ties. We call the violet flame through all this equipment to neutralize their energy. We reconnect that equipment to the Creator, and we command all this equipment to break down, to become neutral. And let's send energy to all the weak spots in this equipment. And we give the angels permission to go there and to move wires and do whatever it takes to break this equipment down so the pipeline cannot go through. And do it in a way where no one will be hurt or harmed. All right, fill this up with light and love, and let's take a deep breath and release it. So since I've got you in this very high energy state, let's do the clearing, and let's do the curse removal, energy balancing. So again, for those of you that have never participated, what this is, it's opening up all your energy centers, your chakras. And at the end, I remove curses and energy overlays that's keeping you from moving forward, energy implants, and just energy that no longer serves you. The more I can help you to move forward, the more I win, the more light wins. So again, for those of you who are going to participate, make sure that you're sitting. Put your spine, sitting straight up. Put your hands in your lap, like this time you're going to receive. You're not going to send, you're just going to receive. And I want you to start taking some gentle deep breaths. I want you to inhale light and exhale out everything that no longer serves you. And imagine that energy going through the violet flame back to God. And you start filling up with your divine essence. And as you're doing that, I surround each and every one of you in a bubble of golden flame. I add to that the blue flame of protection, the violet flame of transmutation, the green flame of healing, and I seal you in the pink flame of love. And I invite all your teachers, guides, masters in to make this energy work, and your angels that are working with you as gentle, loving, and kind as we can. So take one more gentle, deep breath. And take a deep breath and exhale out everything left that's in your body that no longer serves you. And imagine that energy going through the violet flame back to God. And you fill up with your divine essence. So I want you to imagine this incredible divine healing energy coming down from God and coming into the top of your head. And allow that energy to flow out your third eye. That's at your forehead. And as this energy is flowing out your third eye, I want you to also allow this energy just to flow through your brain and feel every cell, atom, molecule in your brain reconnecting with the Creator. And now you are an unlimited being full of new potential, going beyond your divine potential. And once more, bring that energy out your third eye and your forehead. So feel that energy now flow even farther and allow it to flow out of your throat chakra. And now feel that energy flow down even farther and feel it come out of your heart chakra. And now allow it to come out of your solar plexus. And feel it flow down even farther and let it flow out of your belly button. And now allow that energy to flow down even farther and let it come out of your sacral chakra. And now allow it to flow out of your root chakra. And feel that energy now flow all the way down your legs. Let it go out your feet and send it into the earth. And feel it flow down your arms and out your hands and allow it to flow down your spine. So take one more deep breath, and this time as you exhale, imagine everything left in your body that no longer serves you being released as you exhale, and then breathe normal. And as you're doing that, I call to Michael the Archangel to come forth and cut all ties to any energy you've taken on that's not yours. whether it's from a friend, relative, acquaintance, stranger, anybody you work with, TV set, animal, whatever the karmic reason is that created anything out of balance in your life or your body today. And as all that unwanted energy is peeled off of you gently like an onion skin, it all goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to reptile, dinosaur energy, secret societies, organized religion. Cut all ties to any oaths, vows, curses, hexes, rituals that could have been done to you or your family. Going backwards and forwards, hundreds of thousands of generations, or anything you could have done, consciously or unconsciously. And as all that unwanted energy too's peeled off of you gently like an onion skin, it all goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. Now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to any effigies that have been misused against you, and that's any elemental of yours that was used to hurt you or anyone, including anything you own, clothes, hair, picture, your name spoken, written, just thought of, or anything you have your energy on, and its ties to all those elementals are cut. I call the violet flame through them to clean them up, the angel light energy to heal. We fill them up with love, and I command them to be neutral or only emit love. Now I want Michael to come forth and cut all ties to any energy implants that have been done to you or anything that could have carried over from any other lifetime because of dark magic, voodoo, dark witchcraft, or just people sending dark thoughts your way. I want the stick, pen, needle, or knife that's in your crown chakra removed from your third eye, your throat, heart, solar plexus, belly button, root, feet, hands, spine, your eyes, ears, nose, mouth, hips, teeth, anywhere in your body that's out of balance. And as you feel all those pins, needles, and knives being very gently removed, imagine all those places, spaces immediately filling up with the violet flame to clean it up, the angel light energy to heal. We release all that unwanted energy back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to patriarchy, genocide, rape, incest, slavery, prostitution, persecution, circumcision, removing any energy overlay that's trying to manipulate you, keeping you from connecting with God, healing yourself, being really successful, fulfilling all your divine missions and living your life in joy. And as all that unwanted energy that's keeping all these wonderful things from coming to you is removed, we send it through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. If there is anybody out there directing any kind of dark energy at you, whether it's black magic, rituals, voodoo, or just dark thoughts, we're going to ask them to stop. Because really, if they're doing it to you, they're doing it to others. We ask them to step forward in the light and stop doing that work. And if they choose to continue, which is their free will, we ask their higher self and their guardian angels to put them in a position of total and complete harmlessness. We surround them in a bubble of mirror. The mirror faces them. It's 2 inches from their nose. And as long as they do that dark work, that energy stays contained in the bubble of mirror. And I ask that this energy, this bubble of mirror, stays up 24/7, 365 days a year until they do works of good. And of course, we put the violet flame in the bubble of mirror to transmute any of their energy so they have no forward movement. So I call to your higher self, and I ask your higher self to activate your divine blueprint for perfect health, and that it starts manifesting in your body now, the one that you created before you incarnated into this lifetime. And just allow all that energy to integrate in a very gentle, kind, loving way with your cells, your atoms, your molecules, all your internal organs going all the way down into your DNA. And with every breath, see more of that energy just come into your body, feel yourself integrate. And now that I've got you in an even more higher state, let's just do a little bit of light work. So imagine another bubble of light in the center. And in this bubble of light, we're going to bring golden solar energy to all the pyramids and all the sacred spots on the planet. And that's what we're putting in the bubble. So you see all the pyramids, the grids, the ley lines, the domes, the obelisks, and all sacred spots on the planet covered in a golden solar divine energy again, allowing us to be in sync with the heavens once more, waking up all inhabitants of this beautiful planet. Let us send this golden solar energy right to all the grid and dragon ley lines that go into the heart of the Mother Earth, regenerating the Earth, as well as letting her recalibrate to the divine heaven manifesting on Earth energy with gentle, kind movements. Let's envision all elementals of war being put in a position of harmlessness, forever breaking down. As we leap into a divine golden age beyond the first golden age, imagine a divine golden age of healing, joy, functional families, living in complete harmony and peace. See anything nuclear being closed down, and any person who wants to take nuclear forward or create a war is removed from office, being replaced with a sane, enlightened being who will push ahead renewable energy supplies and certainly won't push that button. See all reptilian politicians being removed from all offices they hold now, being replaced with a loving, kind, awakened spiritual being. As the golden solar energy flows through all sacred places on earth, all life forms feel it and begin to have a gentle awakening as they reconnect to the Creator, becoming awakened spiritual beings filled with joy and purpose. See heaven on earth being created. We ask that this high divine energy is integrated in a gentle, kind, loving way with everyone's cells, atoms, molecules, going all the way down into the DNA and soul memory. And see heaven being created on earth now, and just send energy into that thought. All right, take a deep breath and release those bubbles to manifest. Now, what are our choices here, guys? We manifest quantum leaping the world into enlightenment, or we're going to have, Armageddon, which doesn't work really well for me. I don't know about you. And that's why I put so much attention on world enlightenment and helping people reconnect to the Creator, because once people are reconnected to the Creator, they know better. They're kind. They're loving. They have compassion. They're human, kind of. They are human. And they act, and they know better than to do hurt or harm somebody, because they know they're going to get smacked in the ass by karma. What goes around comes around. Now, on Halloween, the 31st, we're going to have another quantum leap. And please go to my Facebook page, Cathy Bilsky or Catherine Bilsky, or go to where I have my store, Cathy's Angel Light Crystals, Miracles and Joy. And, or even look up World Enlightenment 2016 and join. We're going to do another quantum leap, and all we're asking people to do is chant. May divine enlightenment descend on everyone now. May divine enlightenment awaken within everyone now. So come on, chant with me. May divine enlightenment descend on everyone now. May divine enlightenment awaken within everyone now. This is not hard, right? May divine enlightenment. Oh, see, even my bird in the background's chanting to this, okay? May divine enlightenment descend on everyone now. May divine enlightenment awaken within everyone now. The more we do this, the more people are going to awaken and the more it's going to happen. It's called the 100 monkey theory, too. And this actually really happened. A group of scientists went to an island in the Pacific and they did an experiment. They taught one monkey how to wash its fruit. And then they just sat back and observed. And I don't know if this took over 6 months or 2 years or what the time frame was, but they noticed how the other monkeys started imitating that monkey washing its fruit. And then when hypothetically the 100th monkey started imitating that monkey washing its fruit, all the other monkeys everywhere on the planet got it. And they started washing their fruit. So that's what this is all about. You got to keep on going for enlightenment and just keep on and keep on and keep on because, the other side, they're certainly not cutting back, are they? And we've got to work just as hard. It's our destiny to have 25,000 years of peace and enlightenment. And, it doesn't mean we're not going to have to work for it. So again, mark your calendars. And what better time can we have another quantum leap to negate everything that's happening on Halloween and all that dark magic? So mark your calendars, and you can even go to the Enlightenment Movement 2016 at shutterfly.com. Every day we do energy work to help the planet move forward, and you can join on any one of those. All right? We need you. We need your energy. Make an effort. This is not a big effort here. And your choice is we either have enlightenment, and I'm honest to God, if our presidential farce of an election doesn't scare the crap out of you, to maybe start thinking, well, it may not be a bad idea to start putting attention and help people go into enlightenment. I don't know what will. How bad does the earth have to get? Some idiot was talking about, some crazy ass general is talking about war with Russia. Excuse me. I mean, honest to God, this is not Clint Eastwood. This is not a gunfight. Well, maybe we should just let this general go have an old-fashioned gunfight. And God, I hope he didn't breed. So we need that positive energy out like we have not ever, ever done before. And, this is not hard. You want to think, you want to do something for the earth? Give permission for all those elements. All machines are elementals, if you're confused by what I'm saying. It takes iron, it takes steel to make that, and that comes from the ground. All those machines are made up from the ground of metals and reformed into something else. And when you cut them free from being misused and reconnected to the Creator, they will love you. And of course, they're not going to want to hurt and harm. And if you tell them and command them to be neutral, they will. Give them permission to break down. Send energy to the weak spots and all their equipment out there at the Dakota pipeline. And then watch the news and pay attention to what happens. You'll be given confirmation on your work, trust me. And enough people do it. That pipeline won't ever, ever get up. And if you think I'm talking crazy talk, well, this is what we did. There is a big, on top of our mountains on the big island of Hawaii, all this conglomeration of big corporations decided they wanted to put this huge telescope up there. Now they've already got 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9 telescopes up there. And, anything being done nowadays, it's got to be military, right? And I've even had some people in the Hawaii legislature come out and say, oh, well, God, of course, you're going to want it there. What happens if there's something comes from the sky? And we're going to have the ability to shoot it down. What? I mean, since when did telescopes weaponized? Okay. So that really tells you what it was. Well, anyway, I got together with some Hawaiians and we did some energy work and we broke all their equipment down through energy. And the oil leaked and they had to remove all their equipment and they got fined big time. All right. And there was another time, they've got little elementals here and, like the leprechauns, we have what's called the Minahunis. And we gave the Minahunis permission to do whatever they can to mess with them up there, mess with the equipment, but of course do it in a way where nothing is hurt or harmed. Well, when they went up that day, there were all these rocks that were in the middle of the road. And of course, the TMT project was blaming the Hawaiians, and the Hawaiians didn't do it. It was the little people, the Minahunis, that were responding to our requests because they knew it wasn't right. Oh God, I've even given permission to the night marchers that are around here to go up there and do what they can to inspire people to leave. This is for the earth. This is working with the energies on all levels. So, just that little bitty thing can help. So don't think you are helpless, because you're not. Simply calling down enlightenment around people, around the world, around all life forms. It's going to happen. But not only when you're doing that, you're keeping your energy high, and you're thinking of light, and you're giving light energy. And when you're negative, and when you're depressed, you're giving George Bush, or should I say Obama energy, whatever's worse. I don't want to give either one energy, you know what I mean? But you're giving darkness energy, and they feed from that. Trust me, they do. We talked about that a lot. So we're going to do some more energy work, which is really, I think, really important. We're going to remove some dark energy overlays over the earth and life forms in the next hour. And we're going to do an energy prayer on choosing divine enlightenment over World War III. Now, I will admit I write this stuff, but when I write it, I just don't sit down and go, oh my God, just give me the information. All I have to do is write it down. Oh, that would be so awesome. Now I got to study, okay? And I've got to look up stuff, and I have to learn. And then, and I get all the intuitive facts together. Then spirit, helps me write. And when you're doing energy work, it's really important. Detail is important. And when you listen to what my words are, it's also teaching you what not only has gone on, is going on, and what needs to be dealt with. We're shedding light into it and on it. And a little bit of light, brightens up everything, doesn't it? And it's neutralizing black magic. And if you don't think black magic hasn't had a hold on this planet, wow. Okay. Well, I hope that thought really works well for you. And that's part of black magic. And satanic people that do magic, to me, it's the same. It's dark. They put out energy. So you're not going to see what they do, or even think, or you might think it's like, oh, it's just woo-woo stuff. Well, that works really well for them, because if you're not giving them attention, they can do whatever they want freely. And you give them a little bit of attention in negating their work, and they are nothing. And they're also not used to having any kind of resistance. And magic goes on all the time, guys. And if you don't think it doesn't, then you're going to get your ass really hit, because it does. And, it doesn't have to be necessarily someone sitting down and doing magic. It can be somebody that's jealous of you, angry. You're too pretty. Oh my God, you can come to Hawaii. You live in Hawaii. You have a radio show. You have a wonderful marriage. Doesn't matter. They'll use something. Darkness will work through whoever is lowest on the totem pole in consciousness and is open to that level. And if people say something and get angry enough, and they say it with verbally, using the power of the spoken word, by God, that's creation, guys. And depending on where you're on the karmic wheel is how bad you're going to get hit. And that's what I never wanted really to do curse removal. God put that in my God contract in fine print, right? I've got this 1,000-pound crystal, which is actually the biggest crystal in Hawaii at my store. And I'm sure when I was in heaven and God was telling me all the stuff that I'd be going through, he put this huge crystal in my face. And then he said, sign here. Well, I did. Okay, then I get back to Earth, and it's like, really? Curse removal? I get people coming in all the time, though. If your life is falling to hell, everything is crumbling, if your relationship is going to bad, if your kids are hurting themselves, if your animals are dying, if your job is falling apart, all of a sudden, somebody could be directing some kind of dark energy at you. And, come on, have you not worked in an environment where people are not jealous of you? Yeah. Or, afraid that they're going to lose your job or that you're a little bit better than they are. That's all it takes. So to clear it up and remove that energy, y'all should feel a lot lighter because we removed everything you've taken on that's not yours. And when you remove all that dark energy, you should have free, steering, straight road to what you need to do in your life because there's nothing blocking it. Now, I can't not saying that people can't recurse you because they certainly can. So if you go to my website at www.angeliteom.com, then you look under free healing. I do have the curse removal there. Ooh, dear. No, I'm not drinking beer. I release energy by burping. So I don't know who that was for. Maybe it was a group burp. But no, I'm not drinking beer. Now, you can also go on YouTube, which I'm all over YouTube. That doesn't sound too great either. I have a lot of videos on YouTube. And, the curse removal is there that you can listen to anytime. I call that the maintenance program, and that helps you keep you clear. And I have what I call a love list, all the people that I know that I pissed off over the years. And when I had nannies, I would fire one, I would put them in my love list. And of course, all the people that they talk to, and I don't even have to know who they are. I would just, include all these people and once a day just remove their energy from me and from my family and the job and my store. And wow, my life is, just was so much better when I took 5 minutes to do that. So it's out there for you. It's free. And for those of you that want more deeper work, you can also do the shamanic soul retrieval that I have out there. And I think I have a 2-hour one. It's a back-to-back. You don't have to do both hours, but it's again removing energy and taking back your energy that you've given away or people have taken from you with or without your permission from all your past incarnations, past, present, future, planetary. It's removing your mother's overlay, your father's overlay, and I do a major curse removal. So it takes about an hour. And when you do a double soul retrieval, that's really going to give you some really positive forward movement. And I've had many, many people tell me that it's literally life-changing, which I am so happy because I'm thrilled if I can make anyone's life happier. I mean, what greater gift can you give somebody other than when you take their pain away? And if you check on my website, you'll see all my angel light healing tools there, and it's pain and stress release. Anybody can be a healer. It's made out of angel light and crystals. They glow in the dark, so you never lose your cool tools. But it's a really nice way to release energy you've taken on that's not yours. And if you hurt yourself, you put the angel light tool there, and it just helps it release that stuck energy. Anyway, yeah, my clock is on my computer about 4 minutes off, so I'm always confused when we're going on break. So, if you know of people that would love to join us the next hour and do some really energy work for the planet, give them a call. And you don't have to ground, if you're going to be here next hour, but if you are not going to join in, you might want to grab that hematite, feel the earth energy come up your feet, And with every breath, feel that earth energy, feel yourself becoming centered back in body. And if you're still lightheaded after the show, then go find a tree, put your hands on the tree, send all your excess energy into the tree. It takes about 30 seconds. And then ask the tree to send you energy back, and you will immediately ground, and you'll be able, you'll be clear-headed. And yeah, that takes me out of that karmic wheel too, because it's really nice to have you grounded, because the energy work we do is very high energy, and then you add all the people that participate. Yeah, I'm an energy addict. I love it. And for those of you that did participate, I am so thankful and grateful. And like I say, pay attention to what happens on the earth and see if we're given any signs that what we're doing works. I know that definitely gives me encouragement to keep doing the light work. And, have you done a random act of kindness lately with somebody you don't even know? I think we have a couple minutes left. So I did a random act of kindness today. Some little girl came into my store and went, "Oh my God, do you have any water? My brother is throwing up all over the sidewalk." And so I grabbed my bottle of water and ran out there. And everyone was from Australia. And this little kid is just upchucking his little heart away. Anyway, I grabbed my angel light tools and I took him out of pain in like 2 minutes. And he was walking, and just great. So we'll be back shortly. Well, welcome back, everybody. This is Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap, Let Light Unite show on Revolution Radio. And again, this is October 11th, 2016. And Revolution Radio is all volunteered. None of us gets paid to do these shows or to produce them or anything like that. So we really, really appreciate all the donations. And, we're listener sponsored. All you have to do is go to Revolution Radio, and they've got a donation button, and just press it. Whoa. And then get out your card, and, even a cup of a Starbucks coffee is really appreciated, and all adds up. And it all keeps us on the air, which we really appreciate. And again, if you want to know more about me, then go to my website at www.angelliteom.com, ANGELITEOM.com, where I have a lot of my angel light tools, and I have a couple books that I've written and a book of spiritual basics. And I just like to think that it's helping you remember what you've forgotten. That's all. And of course, I have the curse removal on there, and you can go to YouTube channel, and I have a lot of stuff on YouTube. And if you go to my new Revolution Radio YouTube channel and become a subscriber, that would be awesome. Of course, I'm on Facebook, and I'm no longer on Twitter. They came out with some new policy, and it was too much like Pokemon, and I just couldn't do it. So I said goodbye to Twitter, which was nice because it cut down some of my spiritual work that I have to get out. Anyway, Google Plus. Yeah, I am out there. You can talk to me on Facebook. As long as you mention the radio station, would really help. So let's get back to doing some energy work, shall we? And that's what this hour is going to be about. So for those of you that, again, they're going to participate, sit down, put your feet flat on the floor and sit as straight up as you can. Feel yourself reconnect to the Creator, and that high energy just come pouring into the top of your head and just flow all the way through your body. And in your mind's eye, imagine that we're in this huge stadium of all like-minded energy workers. And we're all directing our energy to the center of the room, forming a bubble of light with this huge crystal underneath it. And in this bubble of light, let's do some energy work to shift the U.S. political circus. So, in the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power of the sacred fire vested in me, I command. Let's cut all ties to all special interest groups trying to control our elections, rendering them harmless. I call the higher selves of all leaders, politicians, and decision makers in command that you step forward in the light, including Hillary and Trump, and speak truth or be replaced with someone that can, who is human. Let the truth be brought up to the surface about Trump and Hillary in a way that it must be dealt with and no longer ignored. Yeah, it's coming up about Trump, huh? We call to all politicians and self-interest groups to set their egos aside, let them awaken to the fact that neither Clinton nor Trump are viable candidates, and replace them with a person that has way more integrity, honor, and honesty. Let's send divine light and positive forward movement to the Green Party and let people awaken to this other choice. All right, take a deep breath and release the bubble. Now we're going to form another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to remove the dark energy overlays over the earth and all life forms. So imagine the earth in this bubble and everybody on the planet in this bubble of light in the center. In the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power, the sacred fire vested in me, I command. I call to Michael the Archangel, Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, all the cosmic beings, and the Creator to cut all ties to all artificial plasma in the atmosphere that was reptilian created. As we cut the ties to their masters, we call the violet flame through all the cells, atoms, molecules, DNA of this plasma to clean it up. Now we reconnect it all to the Creator, filling it all up with divine love. We command it to be neutral and no longer function. See the plasma breaking up and neutralizing itself. Let it not be able to form any square or ring frequency patterns. We place a mirror in front of the scalar and plasma weapons to return all signals and frequencies back to the reptilian stations. As this is done, we see all the equipment imploding on itself. Let all computers connected with any scalar frequency machines being used overloading with this energy that was sent back, causing the machines to also implode. I call to debris in outer space from meteors, rockets, satellites to start to magnetize to all satellites that are not being used for the highest good of all mankind and interfere with their orbit cycles. I call to Helios and Vista to reach out and embrace these satellites with so much divine electromagnetic energy that it will interfere with signals that are not being used with divine purpose. I give the angels permission to interfere and divinely distort any signals coming from satellites. We cut ties to all fifth dimensional energy frequency vents around the earth that is creating a dark energy overlay over the earth to control and harness human consciousness. We cut ties to all machines that are affecting us in the 3D world through frequencies, vibrations, and sound that is directed at the electromagnetic fields to create negativity and chaos. We cancel clear all frequencies that are suppressing light, giving humans an oppressive feeling. We also cut the ties to military buoys connected to the reptilian stations and their dark masters. We command that all these buoys be contained in a circle of cement with a lead overlay to jam all frequencies, replacing all these buoys in a position of harmlessness. We command that frequencies connected to the Merkaba orthogonal transformers to break down and collapse, dissolving the frequency fence that creates a self-perpetuating loop of negativity. We now send a golden solar energy through these frequencies that shift the grid so people feel positive, happy, and see their life's missions and purposes. We now command the breakdown and deactivation of all scalar plasma weapons that are coming from low Earth orbit satellites that are targeting the most awakened light warriors on the planet. We also see the plasma toplet bombs that are protecting these satellites breaking down, becoming non-functional. Let's send a golden solar energy through the Earth's morphogenetic grid that neutralizes any dark energy that wants to control the grid. I call divine light, divine balance, divine male-female balance to all the grids, ley lines, meridians, domes, obelisks, pyramids, and all the sacred spots on the planet. I call to Michael's sword of blue flame to cut all ties to all satanic, negative ceremonies that have been done, past, present, future, in these areas. See it blaze with the violet flame to transmute these power spots to divine light. Envision these areas blazing in God's divine radiating light, sending positive enlightened energy through the earth, and all sacred spots radiating joy and happiness to the earth and all her inhabitants. As these reptilian facilities break down, we see everyone reconnect to the Creator, becoming awakened, spiritual, divine, happy beings. They are also given their divine missions and purposes as they open to new possibilities that will help them go beyond their divine potential. So be it. Nevertheless, not our will, but thy will be done. So take a deep breath and release it. Now, the next one is a long one. And like I said, listen to it because it's going to teach you also probably things that you would not even dream of doing research on. So let's choose divine enlightenment over World War III. And that's what we're putting the energy in this bubble. In the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power of the sacred fire vested in me, I command. I call forth the power of angelic protection for all who listen and give energy to this work. To our right stands the Archangel Michael. To our left stands the Archangel Gabriel. In front of us stands the Archangel Uriel. Behind us stands Archangel Raphael. Below us stands the Archangel Zachiel. Above our heads is the eternal Shekinah. We command Michael the Archangel to cut all ties to all of Albert Pike's satanic written works. We tie and bind every book of his, especially Morals and Dogma. We send the violet flame through all copies of the books, past, present, and future, to transmute all words to divine light and neutralizing all intent. We cut ties to Pike and all of Lucifer's prophecies, especially the manifestation of World War III. We cut ties to all that are trying to create his energy now. Violet flame it, transmuting all that negative energy so it has no more forward movement, replacing it with peace and world divine enlightenment. We cut ties to the bracelet that connected Pike to Lucifer. As we reconnect that bracelet back to the Creator, we command it to be neutral and powerless so no one may use it. We cut all ties Pike had to the orders of the Palladium, and it's also called Sovereign Council of Wisdom, the Knights of the Golden Circle, Palladian Order of Skull and Bones, Order of the Solar Temple, the KKK, Knights of Malta, Knights Templar, Masons, Freemasons, Scottish Rites, the Vatican, the Illuminati, all of the Royal Emperor and their Rav servants, and their desire for a one world satanic government. We also ask Michael the Archangel to cut all ties between these groups and all their agendas, oaths, vows, rituals they have been taken together to bond their brotherhood and further their cause. We ask Michael to remove all veils and overlays that have been placed on each other, allowing each one to become a free agent being set free from the bee mentality. We see all their plans falling apart, being replaced with divine world enlightenment. We release, cancel, clear, and dissolve all from your black magic you have woven with Satan to keep this planet and all life forms in slavery. We call to Michael the Archangel to take his sword of blue flame and cut all ties To all your magic, including all skins, it's written on no matter where you keep it hidden. Nothing can hide from God. So be afraid, be very afraid. We call to the Creator to cut all Luciferian, satanic, Masonic, generational ties and generational abuse to their children, along with child trafficking. We ask that all those that have been abused have all manipulative, traumatic overlays removed, allowing them to reconnect to the Creator, becoming awakened spiritual beings. We call Michael the Archangel forth to cut all ties to the Jesuits, Black Pope, and all popes, past, present, and future, to all their one world satanic church agendas. The ties to all their black magic are cut from you, and pacts they made with Satan are dissolved by the sacred fire. All trusts are also hereby dissolved through the sacred trust that God has with humans to set us free, including we cut all black magic, satanic ties, and binds the Pope has placed on all life forms, souls, and the planet Earth, going back to the time of Pope Boniface and any papal bulls he created, cutting ties to an express trust called Unum Sanctum that claims the Pope owns all souls. Cancel clear. We tie and bind. The ties and binds to this energy and all souls are now cut free from his bondage. He owns no one. The people on this planet all have their very own direct link to God, the Creator, thus in charge of all dominion on the planet. You do not own the world, humans, or any souls on this planet or anywhere. We can manage our own sacred trust with the Creator ourselves. We now reconnect all these souls to the Creator, helping them become awakened, conscious spiritual beings. We cut the ties to all of Pope Nicholas V in 1435 and the trust he set up, claiming all real estate as his, then binding that in magic. We cut all ties with the trust called Sisui Quivi, claiming all souls to Satan and the Satanic Church. We cut all ties to Pope the Sixth and the trust he made that made people slaves. We cut all ties and magical contracts the Roman Vatican Church Empire had with Hitler, all of the royal empire, and their Arab Rav servants. All concordats are now dissolved by the violet flame, healed in angel light, and reconnected to the Creator, now becoming neutral or only emitting love. The energy of the First through the Fourth Reich is now dissolved. We call the violet flame through all these trusts to clean up the energy. Angel light to heal it, then we reconnect it to the Creator, commanding it to be neutral. We call to the fire elemental to blaze through this magic till it's cleansed by fire to ashes and dust. I see the storage vault in physical flame now. We cut the ties to all this magic and the bonding of it with Lucifer, Satan. Now we see all veils and overlays over all souls being removed, allowing everyone to reconnect to their higher selves, becoming awakened spiritual beings, fully aware of their divine missions and purposes. We call the higher selves of all popes, black and white, past, present, future, all Nazis, Alumbrados, Jesuits, Opus Dei, Illuminati, Masons, the Scottish Rites, and all fraternal organizations connected to the Roman Catholic Church, to step forward in the light of God and renounce Lucifer, Satan, all lies, deceptions, and wars that they created. If you choose not to, which is their free will, I call to their higher self and guardian angels to put them in positions of harmlessness now. We remove all veils, overlays you have placed on each other, cut the oaths you have taken together, binding you to each other and your projects, now removed. For those who choose to say with Satan, again, your free will, we place you all in a bubble of mirror. The mirror faces you, so any dark energy you try and send out will stay contained. And we add the violet flame to cleanse this energy so it does not gain any strength. This bubble of mirror will stay up 24/7, 365 days a year, from here through eternity. It will dissolve when you choose to work in the light of the Creator and not Satan. Until then, this bubble keeps you powerless. We cut all ties to the energy of the Jesuit instruction manual, Monita Secretia, Societas Jesu, the secret instructions of the Society of Jesuits. Transmute all that energy through the sacred fire of the violet flame, neutralizing all intent. May whoever tries to read those instructions simply fall asleep without being able to retain any of the written word. Let all veils and overlays of magical protection be removed as the goddess of truth brings everything that they're trying to hide up to the surface in a way where the masses see it and are given the divine inspiration on how to correct what they've done. The goddess of justice is after all those people that do works of evil. I call for their karmic return for all their works, which shall be amplified 100,000-fold. And I step aside as it's returned to them now. As their magic is dissolved and neutralized, all life forms can now reconnect to the Creator, becoming awakened, enlightened, joyful beings, quantum leaping us into the golden age of divine enlightenment. We cancel clear all Illuminati thoughts that it is their destiny to rule. We cancel clear the law of Thelma, which is there is no law beyond do what thou wilt. We cancel clear all pledges to the Rock Nation, Gotti and the Rain Man. We cancel clear the energy that is creating a satanic religion out of hip-hop music. We cancel clear all ties to all Illuminati references, symbols of the Temple of the Sun, and we cut ties to all Masonic symbols. I command Michael the Archangel to go and cut the ties of all these demonic forces that have attached themselves to, including entertainers, singers, actors, comedians, athletes, people, places, animals, people attending any concert at public venues, or anyone in the military. As the demonic forces are cut, we tie and bind them, send them through the violet flame to help them clean up their energies and send them back to God, filling that space up with an angel of love. We cut the ties to all rituals, calling the demonic forces that are done in any concert or public venue, anchoring the violet flame to transmute that energy back to light. We cut ties to all music that has had magic done to it for it to be successful, as all satanic magic rituals conjuring up demons and commanding them to attach themselves to the master copies of music and music videos. We cut these demons from all album covers and music, tie and bind them, sending them through the violet flame to transmute their energies back to light and send them back home to God. We now fill that space up with an angel of enlightenment. We command that all Nazi swastika symbols are reversed so that the energy now brings in peace and prosperity back to the earth and humanity. Every time anyone looks at a Nazi swastika, see the energy being reversed into its correct positive direction. We cut the ties to anyone whose intent is to misuse any sacred symbols. We call the violet flame through them to clean them up. We reconnect those symbols to the divine. See these energies being reversed to their positive, correct direction now. I command that any portals, stargates, time portals, including the time portal at Montauk, being used for the dark purpose of manipulating time or allowing dark forces from other dimensions on the planet, be cut from those that are misusing them, closed and sealed forever, made invisible and moved so they cannot reopen them. Imagine any machines being used for this purpose breaking down now. See any magic symbols and rituals being used to rent the veils between inner dimensions be rendered harmless. I ask that all those who try and run vril machines become confused so the machines do not function properly. As vril energy is corrected, see humanity become conscious and focused on their divine spiritual growth, bringing the golden age in a manifestation. As Lucifer's group's hierarchical leaders work toward a new world order, including everyone helping any of his groups on any level, anyone that chooses to work with darkness or that try to misuse energy, elementals, extraterrestrials, or humans, Let them be cut off completely from their energy supplies, including money. Let's all send an uplifting golden solar energy that propels us far into divine enlightenment to all obelisks, domes, pyramids, meridians, grids, and all ley lines, and all the sacred power spots on the planet. See it anchoring to these power spots now. I call for Michael the Archangel to use his sword of blue flame to daily cut all ties and binds between these misguided light beings and all Lucifer, dark entities, all dark and out of balance energy source, and all energies they're trying to manipulate and control. For the goddess of love, truth, mercy, compassion, righteousness, and justice step into their lives and show them the error of their misbalanced ways. For Lord Zacula and his heavenly host to step into these misguided light beings' lives continuously to amplify the violet flame around them and transmute the evil thought forms, words, ceremonies, deeds, or rituals into love, or totally neutralize useless energies that burn out of their own accord. We then call in meta of the healing ray to minister to these misguided light beings daily. We send divine light to their hearts and brains. I ask that all of the above who chooses not to step forward in the light be placed in a bubble of mirror facing them 2 inches from their nose. The mirror stays in place as long as they do their will, keeping it in that bubble. We place the violet flame inside this bubble so no negative energy, it will immediately burn out. So they have no forward movement, and it will disappear when they do works of good. Let these shields of energy be in place in all darkness from this time through the golden age. So fill it up with light and love, and let's take a deep breath and release it. So again, put this energy into imagine another bubble of light filling up in the center. And we're going to put the new Russian-U.S. conflict in it. We call the higher selves of the President of the USA and his Secretary of State, asking them to step forward into light. As we see them being reconnected to the Creator, they start taking the higher ground and stop issuing gratuitously derogatory statements about Russia and making threats. And this includes all the generals. We see the staffs of the White House and State Departments talking quietly to their Russian counterparts about concrete, realistic objectives that accumulate in a deal with Russia that benefits all parties involved. We call the higher selves of the decision makers of the United States to get them to back down, period. And we ask Obama's higher self and Putin to put their egos aside and get together and work out a plan that will bring peace and diffuse the situation. See them coming together with new thinking and a fresh approach deal for a summit and signing ceremony. We envision both men and handlers open to new possibilities. This creates a new peace between the countries. So be it. Take a deep breath and exhale, release. So again, feel that divine energy flow down and feel another bubble of light in the center. And in this bubble of light, I want you to put yourselves in it. And I want you to recharge and regenerate. And I'm going to put in all your divine missions and your life purposes. I'm going to ask they have positive forward movement. And I call the Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, to move all the obstacles out of your way that's keeping you from being successful in everything you do. And you fill up with so much light that you're magnetizing to you everything you need. Divine abundance, other people that need to work with you or you need to work with, your divine mates. Whatever it is that you need to be successful. And I'm going to ask that you fill up with so much abundance that you have more than enough, that you share it with others. Right? Fill that up with light and love, and let's take a deep breath and release it. So again, feel another bubble form in the center. And in this bubble of light, let's put in all the people that you know that are sick. And you can say their names out quietly in your mind or just say it out loud. And as you put them in this bubble of light, we're going to ask that imagine they're sitting on chairs of angel light or they're laying on tables of angel light. And we call to Michael the Archangel to cut the ties with whatever's cutting any kind of dis-ease in them. And we call forth the violet flame to blaze and transmute and help them release whatever has helped them create this dis-ease. And we're going to ask Spirit to send them whatever healing they need in whatever modality will work best for them. And that they're open-minded to receiving and they're actually able to put it in motion. Put in this bubble of light also all the people that you're fighting with and you're angry with, or people that are fighting with you. Don't care whether it's a family member, an acquaintance, a stranger, whether it's from the past. Put it in this bubble of light. And we're going to ask Michael to cut the ties between whatever is creating the anger and out of balance. We're going to transmute it with the violet flame. Now put yourself in this bubble, which you are, and I want you to go over there. I know this is going to be hard, but imagine yourself just giving them a hug and just saying, I love you, I forgive you. But doesn't mean I'm going to play with you, okay? Or you can't be in my life anymore, but you're forgiven. We're moving on. And feel that joy in your heart about that release. Now, if you haven't, put your whole family in this bubble of light, and your friends and your spiritual family, and just send them love. And from your heart, feel that energy go to everyone in your family. And then extend outward to your friends, and outward even more people you work with, and outward even more. And see everyone filling up with joy and abundance. It's out there. All right, let's fill that up with light and love and take a deep breath. And release it. Let's create another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, let's place all the places on the planet that there's war, or there's been some kind of natural disaster. And let's put in all those people that have gone through the natural wars and disasters. We're going to ask Michael the Archangel to go out and cut the ties to the trauma and post-traumatic stress that they're going through, and let it be replaced with this divine inspiration on how to move forward. And where there's war, let's call to the Creator and let's ask that light is anchored. We're going to anchor the violet flame first and see it expand through the country, just burning off any darkness or any negativity that's perpetuating war and chaos. And see that being neutralized and transmuted. And now let's anchor light there. And let that light expand as this very peaceful, enlightening, calming, positive energy that everyone can feel. And let's put in all the elementals that make up war. And we're going to cut the ties. We're going to violet flame them. We're going to cut the ties to all those that are perpetuating war. And we violet flame them to clean up that energy, reconnect them to the Creator. And now we command them to be neutral, to break down, to not work, to not function, and do it in a way that no one will be hurt or harmed. And we're going to ask that all the military be put in this bubble and that they're reconnect with the Creator. And as they reconnect to the Creator, they become awakened spiritual beings, seeing everybody as family, mother, father, sister, brothers. They stop hurting or harming, and let the parents awaken and do everything they can to keep their kids out of the military. Let the parents awaken and guide the children into doing something else with their life, something constructive. And as that peace is anchored in those areas, you see it expand, and then it just engulfs the whole world. It can be done. All right, fill it all up with light and love, and take a deep breath and release it. All right, let's pull back in body. Put your feet flat on the floor. And we're going to call the earth energy up your feet. And it's a very heavy energy. And with every breath, feel that earth energy flow up your legs. And as it flows up your legs, you become very grounded, very back in body, very clear-headed. This is very important because we worked with a lot of light and a lot of energy. And if you just went out and had an accident, it's really on me. So it's really, really, really important that you ground. If you have that stone, hematite or lodestone, it's great for grounding. You can hold that and it'll help you ground. And if you don't have it, you may want to get some. Go to your local rock shop. And if you can't find it, I have a rock shop in Hawaii and I ship everywhere. And yes, I have lodestone and hematite. People need to be calm. And if you're still a little spacey after the show, I was really serious about going outside and hugging a tree, putting your hands on the tree, sending your excess energy into the tree. And then you ask the tree to send you energy back. And you ground. Boom. I want to give a big shout out to Shailene Woodley. And, she's an actress that played the lead role in Divergent. Awesome actress. I mean, she is even much more incredible. She went to the to the Dakota pipeline to protest and actually ended up going to jail over it with the protectors. And I guess she's offered to pay for the bail of anybody else, of the people that also went to jail with her, which I thought was really, really generous of her. And she is really out there protesting, protecting, and, using her star power. It's not like going to a rally in New York City, like some of these stars do, and show up at one rally for good PR and then they disappear. This young woman is out there and she's standing in the cold with everyone else out there, and I've got to honor her again because she's using her star power in the right way. And so is The Rock. He is supporting the t-shirts that they have, supporting the no Dakota pipeline, and he's putting it into making a stand. Yeah, that's important. I have to honor these guys when they do. It's going against the norm. And it's really pretty brave of them. And it also gives, a lot more energy to everybody else. And I wish a lot more movie stars would go out and do that, not just speak it, but actually walk the talk and be in it. So let me give you the number of Obama's White House, because I really know you want to talk to him about right now. There's so many things you can talk to him about. And if you don't have enough, talk to him about the pipeline and how unhappy you are about it. And if that doesn't give you reason enough to talk to him, then you can tell him how displeased you are about them wanting to bring nuclear material all the way down from Canada all the way south through many, many states without telling anybody. You know, I mean, this is insane, guys. So, you know, you can add that in. You can also ask these guys, what are they doing about Fukushima? Why are they so quiet? And why do they raise the radiation level that they think is acceptable for us? We're not that stupid. If radiation level is harmful above 20 rads, and at one time, let's just say the government had it acceptable radiation level was 100, they upped it to 200. And they're already passing laws saying that if you get radiation in the water, you're screwed, and that's too bad because they don't have to fix it. I mean, this is insane people running the world. And I would have loved to have somebody have asked Clinton or Trump, what about Fukushima? You know, that affects everybody, and all the governments are hiding it. So please, you know, and of course they didn't ask them. And if you look at some of the questions they asked, they were pretty stupid compared to what that question was. But hey, so White House number again is 202-456-1111, 202-456-6213. Or their switchboard, 202-456-1414. Now, if you want to write to Oasis Petroleum, who is responsible for the pipeline up there, let me give you their number. Okay, let's start corporate headquarters. Oasis Petroleum, 1001 Fannin Street, that's Fannin Street, Suite 1500, Houston, Texas, 77002. And if you want to give them a shout out, it's 281-404-9500. And again, if you want a little bit, you know, something to say to the White House, other than you're displeased in everything that they're doing, you know, can you ask them to explain why the governor of that state has so much money invested in the pipeline? And that is influencing his decision on what he is doing. That's the governor of North Dakota. So he's heavily invested in getting this pipeline built. Yeah, you might want to ask Obama that, what he thinks about that. It's pretty sad, but at least the truth is coming up and they can't hide it anymore, can they? So for those of you that participated in the light work, I am so grateful. You don't know how grateful I am. You know, to be able to counteract all those people that are doing satanic work and evil is really gratifying. And we do it enough, we will pull ahead. Light will win. And right now it's a battle, light versus dark, huh? Who is going to be the strongest? And by you simply focusing on light, how can you do that? Well, not by being angry. Say a prayer. Say something very positive, you know, something, or think of something that will bring you joy. You know, shift that energy. That can help us create enlightenment on the planet by you simply to choose light. And again, October 31st, we're doing another quantum leap. And write it down. All you gotta say and chant, may divine enlightenment descend on everyone now. May divine enlightenment awaken within everyone now. May divine enlightenment descend on everyone now. May divine enlightenment awaken within everyone now. Yes, I'm using the power of the spoken word and I'm putting it out on the airwaves. Do I want Armageddon? Oh my God, no. That's why I'm on radio. And thank God it's radio, because I have all these people tune in and I don't have to see a single person. It works well for me. However, when you put energy like this and you do energy work and you're conscious and you use the power of the spoken word, especially on the airwaves, you are putting it out there. And by doing that and everybody joining in, we are countering the other side. You know, if we don't do it, who will, guys? It is up to us to make the change and to help the world quantum leap into enlightenment. How bad does it have to get? How much worse does it have to get before you go, oh, okay, I'm going to make some effort? Enlightenment Movement 2016 at shutterfly.com. Join it. Or check me out on Facebook. Every day we do the power prayers like this so everybody can focus and help shift everything. And again, it does matter. I know the first time we did light work and we were working on satellites and just neutralizing what they were doing. And this is true. Somebody took the Hubble satellite, or they may have went up there and did it. I don't know. They must have had to. But they put their telescope in backwards, which I thought was pretty funny. So it's the little things in life, that you work on. And you actually never know when you do any energy work how it's going to appear, where it's going to appear on the planet. It's just awesome. But spirit and the elementals will give you signs if you have the eyes to see and you're open. It's there. It's encouraging. There's so many things that have happened during the years just by using light work. Matter of fact, one time we were trying to create little bugs that ate pollution. And then we got the information, those little roly-polies that, they roll up, the little bugs, little helmet bugs. They started eating styrofoam, which really didn't work well for the docks up in Michigan because they were all styrofoam. But that's, the elementals responding and going, okay, we're going to help you clean up the planet. When the time comes, we will be able to clean up the planet when we put our intent and our minds to it. And if you ever saw Dr. Emoto's or read Dr. Emoto's book, the water book, where he spoke love and kindness into water and then took pictures of the crystals and what they formed, and then what happened when darkness happens, you understand how flexible water is and how our bodies are mostly water. But one time here in Hawaii, I went down to a very polluted pond and I took some very clear water in some bottles. And I put the bottle in the pond and I commanded the water elemental to mirror that bottle of water. And when I went back there the next day, around that bottle of water, it was perfectly clean for about, maybe 3 feet in diameter, all the way around the bottle. And to me, that was amazing because it works. And that gives me hope that when the time comes, we are going to be able to clean up all this and put the world back into balance. So once we go into enlightenment, if you think that it's all over, heck no. We're going to have to do a lot of cleanup work on the earth. And then there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be in need of spiritual knowledge and wisdom. And they're going to be looking for it. And they're going to want to be taught. And things are going to have to be rebuilt and replaced. Oh my God, the work, the cleanup. And I can't wait till we're at that stage, truthfully. into the golden age so far where people know better and they're kind and loving and they act on that. Oh yeah, I can handle that. Can you? Yeah, do a random act of kindness this week with a stranger. Yeah, I was mentioning before we went on break, a little boy was up chucking in front of my store. He was from Australia, and they just wanted to clean up the sidewalk because he really left a mess. Uh, so I brought out water and then I offered to do some energy work on this little boy just to help him make him feel better. And I did. I took my angel light tools and just sent energy through it. And within 2 minutes, he felt better. And he was able to walk around the town after that instead of being miserable. And I was delighted. And then they came back, and I had to leave the store early to to actually do the show. And they stopped me and they gave me a bottle of water. Now, normal, I wouldn't even have taken it. But, when they wanted to do something nice and kind and it made them feel good if I took it. So I took it. And I hope I made their trip. So do an random act of kindness, with anybody that spirit puts before you. And believe me, your heart chakra is going to open up more than it ever has before. It's going to make you feel good. You don't have to have someone just thank you for it later on. Spirit's going to reward you. And it's not that is why you do it, but it's the cycle. What you give out comes back to you. And I always say, if you're having financial problems, then go donate. Oh my God, donate your time. Take a little bit of money and donate it because you're opening up space for spirit to send you something lovely that you've just earned karmically. And focus on the light, you guys. It's really going to be important. Send energy to the hierarchy in Russia and the US government and see them working out their differences with words. Oh my God. And that all these generals back down. Because this isn't the Wild West, and what they're fooling around with is everyone's lives. But I wish that you all receive one or many of your heart's desires this week. And you're filled with joy and love, and that you're able to share that with others. And thank you for tuning in. Again, I hope you have a lovely week. And aloha.